Hello everyone, I am Himasati Sharma and student we are discussing the chapter called Water a Precious Resource for class 7. Today we are going to discuss water management. So why do we need to manage the water? Since from our previous lectures we have learned that water is a scarce resource and water table is going down, this is going down and becoming low with the more and more usage of water. So water is a precious resource which is required to be managed. So no matter whether a place receives a high rainfall or low rainfall, water management is very much necessary so that we can ensure that everyone gets access to an adequate amount of water. Generally, the civic authorities of a region, that is municipality or the water ministry, are responsible for the adequate supply of water in that area. These civic authorities generally use a well structured pipeline system so that the water can be delivered to every house and every building of the locality. Not only this, the civic authority is also responsible to prevent wastage of water and check if their supply system is adequate for the supply of water or not. Along with this, these civic authorities and every individual is also responsible for saving water and preventing it from getting wasted. So me and you are also responsible for saving water. Hence, we should always keep a check on how we use water in our daily lives. So this is a model of rainwater harvesting. So whenever there is a rain in the areas where it is being done, a tank is used where rainwater gets collected, and through the pipe system it is collected in different tanks, like in pump, for garden, for car wash. It can be utilized, it can be stored when it is raining, and then in future it will be used for various purposes. So this is called rainwater harvesting. So the rainwater that falls on the earth is generally allowed to flow away. It goes to drains and then it becomes wastewater. So this rainwater which is coming from earth, along with it is infiltrating to the ground naturally, what we can do, we can harvest this water, we can collect this water, we can save this water, and the groundwater levels can be replenished. Now the process of preventing rainwater from flowing away and storing it for different purposes for our household domestic use, such as replenishing groundwater levels, household chores, or industrial purposes, is called rainwater harvesting. Bawdis are one ancient practice in which our ancestors used to store water, was bawdis. Now bawdis were the old time rainwater harvesting, where during rainwater water was collected in bawdis, but with the time their usage is declined. Now due to scanty rainfall, people are again using them to solve the problems of water storage. Now next, water can be managed, or water management can be done through drip irrigation. So basically irrigation is the process of watering the crop fields. So now here much water wastage is there. So drip irrigation is a modern technique of irrigation which uses the water economically. So what is happening here, that it is an allocation technique which is used by farmers these days, and in this water is allowed to slowly drop by drop. Water is falling into the plant so that the water directly goes into the roots of the plant. So water is directly going into the roots of the plant rather than wetting the nearby soil also. This minimizes evaporation, it saves water and allows nutrient to reach the plant easily. Narrow tubes of pipes are used to make water reach the water of the roots of the plant in drip irrigation. So here in this picture you can see these are the crops and the pipes are going, and each pipe has a hole near the root of the plant, and where drip by drip water goes inside the root. Now how can we save water? So we can save water through water management, or we can adopt different ways to minimize the wastage of water. While we are brushing or while we are washing our face, we should keep the taps closed. It will prevent the water flowing away unnecessarily. And one should switch on the tap only when it is needed. If you have any water taps which are leaking in your house or outside your house, we should fix it immediately. Instead of taking shower or using a bathtub, we should use a bucket to take the bath. The water which is left after washing clothes can be used for mopping the floor, washing the cars instead of using fresh running water. Water your plants in the morning or evening time so that there is minimum evaporation or transpiration. So there will be minimum loss of water. We should not waste food, as it takes a lot of water to irrigate the fruits and vegetables and foods. Do not throw away any water unnecessarily. Use water in judicious amount. Now, how scarcity of water affects the plant? So we know it very well. If there is less water or plant is not irrigated properly, plant will dry up and it will die. So if there is no water, it will not be able to conduct photosynthesis. We have studied in our very first chapter that for photosynthesis, water and carbon dioxide along with the sunlight and chlorophyll is required. So if there is no water, there will be no photosynthesis. Therefore, there will be no food. Along with that, the plant will not be able to stand upright. They will not be longer be able to get enough nutrients from the soil because of less or water. Now, we know that plant get the nutrients when the water is absorbed from the soil. So along with the water, nutrients are absorbed. So if there is less water, no nutrients or less nutrients will be there. And hence, if there is no food, no oxygen, there will be no life without the plants. So this concludes our chapter, which is water, a precious resource. Hope you have understood the chapter well. Thank you so much.